one thing is decision. Then the other keys follow. But decision is the number one. But as I grew and using the manual, it has helped me in wisdom, because where am I going to get the wisdom? Worldly wisdom doesn't take you. Godly wisdom. Throughout 2025, I bet things have happened in your life that you should be gone.
Yes.
Your mental health was touched. Empower you.
Yeah.
That person that will help you. That person that will say, come in, Nana, come on, get up. We can do this.
Because we live in a world, as you said, social media has derailed majority of people. They follow the numbers. Oh, this person has got 10K. We automatically equate numbers with wisdom. So, welcome to the Shelf Conversation podcast, where story, science, and soul meet to transform how we talk about mental health. I am your host, Kwame Sewusu, or you can call me Sewusu Kwame, okay? I'm a pharmacist, speaker, and a mental health advocate. Today, I'm joined by someone whose voice and vision have inspired countless people around the world like myself, Nana Churcher. Through her talk show, books, and philanthropic work, she's become a beacon of hope, reminding us that with faith, vision, and determination, every dream is possible. Beyond this, she is a woman, a wife, a mother, and my mentor. She is contributing factor to the birth of the Shelf Conversation podcast. And in this episode, we are going to explore the healing power of storytelling, how faith fuels resilience, and what it truly means to dream bigger, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. So welcome, Nana Churcher. Woo!
I'm looking at you and I'm so beaming with joy. I am excited. I am happy.
Thank you very much.
I am so happy. It's a joy.
Thank you
when
very much.
you see someone that started with, a dream. I love these bigger dreams, and said, I want to do this. And I said, go for it. And I want to do this. And you go for it. And for you to have your own podcast.
Yes.
I can't thank God enough for your life, Kwame. And I'm super thankful. I'm so proud
Thank you
of you.
very much,
And
Nana.
thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you once again. Thank you for making this actually happen. Because with me sitting over here, a lot of people do not know the background story. And I think I've shared it with you countless of times, because when I came to this country in 2010, there were two women that I saw on TV. And it was quite very, very rare that I was seeing two Black women on a British television. And one thing I said to myself was, I'm going to meet these two Black women, regardless and whatever that it takes. And one of them was you. And lo and behold, in 2017, we actually connected. And how we connected was even not through my work as a pharmacist, but it was through my writing. For those who don't know, I'm also into writing, and it was one of my spoken words that I've written. And I used to drop all these links to people to go and read. And I was getting the feedback, but I was asking myself, so what's next? And you were one of those people who would actually read, but I would not get any feedback. So one day when I woke up and I saw your message on Instagram and you were like, why, have you stopped writing? I jumped out of my bed, honestly speaking. I jumped out of my bed and I said, I can't believe my eyes. She's finally responded. She's responded and she's asking for more. So all of a sudden, I actually started to take everything that I'm doing into consideration to ensure that there are people out there watching. Though subconscious, I didn't care about who watches. But when you gave me that feedback, it made me realize that everything that you were doing, there are all eyes on you.
Yes.
You just need to keep your eyes on it. And
Yes.
through your guidance, I'm one of your products. So, Nana, your life's work has been about inspiring and empowering others, writing books, which some of them are in front of us, such as The Power of Your Words and Bigger Dreams. What moment or experience first awakened your passion in storytelling and connection?
Well, thank you again for having me on your podcast. You know where we come from.
Yes.
Storytelling is like part of our lifestyle.
Yes.
But when we came to this side of the world, nobody inspired us or motivated us, or nobody was doing that, but it's always been part of me. And so it was just, through my show, it got to that point of, I want to put it in a book, or I want to do it in a blog. And sometimes, every morning I put something out there. So it's part and parcel of me, but there's always the right time to put something out there.
Thank you very much. And many of your interviews dive into the themes of hope and resilience. How do you decide what stories need to be told, and what to these stories teach us about being a shared humanity?
I'm a very spiritual person.
Yes.
So I don't just put things out there for putting's sake. I'm number one. When I have my quiet time or my prayer time, if we'll say so, the spirit, the spirit of the Lord just drop a word in my spirit as well. And through that, I put out something. So it could be what's happening in the world. It could be, when I wake up and I'd say, my Father in heaven, give me a word to put out there, because at that moment it will be a word for somebody. It might not be for the whole world, but somebody might be going through something, and that word can give the person hope. I always pray that, Lord, make me a change. We are on this planet for a purpose. Each and every human being has a purpose to play. But some of us, we quail in because of what has happened to us. And some of us, through somebody's stories, we are able to come alive again and be a blessing to others. So for me, every morning is an opportunity that, so far as I'm alive, I have to be a blessing to somebody. And through that, I'm able to post or write something to be a blessing.
Fantastic. If you are listening or watching this is still the Shelf Conversation. And my guest today is Nana Churcher. And I can't believe in my eyes that I've got Nana Churcher in front of me.
Come on.
Because she is a very, very busy woman globally. And today we've got her to actually pour these words in us on a special day like today, being Christmas, that she is sharing these kind of inspiring words. And I believe someone would wake up out of their bed in the midst of the celebration to start jotting something down, how they want their new year to be looking, or even beyond the new year, how they can actually build their life in terms of their purpose, their relationship with God, and also whatever that they are currently doing, how they can, reflect and build it much better than what they are doing now.
And it's not even just the new year. Every blessed morning, every day, when you open those blessed eyes, when you open your eyes, it's a new day.
Yes.
It's a new day, and you have to do something. Not what you did yesterday. You can pick up from what you did yesterday and move on. So every day, because when we wake up, not everybody wakes up. But when you're up, then it means it is an opportunity to be a blessing.
Fantastic. And over here at the Self Conversation, we look at how storytelling and mental health intersect. From your perspective, how can authentic conversations like those that you have on the Nana Churcher show help people heal emotionally and mentally?
My show, the Nana Churcher show, was my childhood dream come true. And one of the things that I wrote down was that, there are things that we are not taught in the classroom. We all go to school, and shout out to Louis. I was telling him, before we started this, that, there are certain things we don't learn in school, but as one grows, we see that, okay, I wasn't taught finance at school, from class 1 to, there was nothing like that save your money, do this, do that. But as I grew, one of the things that I said, that the show will be a show to ignite the greatness in others. So if you interview me, or I happen to interview somebody, what would your story make the person watching jump up and say, oh, I can do something with my life. And all that is happening is human beings that are doing it. So if you hear my story today and say, okay, Nana is a mother, she's a wife, she's a this, she's busy, but she's able to do it. Then if you're watching and you're a mother and you're saying, oh, let me just stay in my couch and in my onesie since it's, Christmas and we've eaten another, I can't be bothered. You would jump up and say, okay, this coming new year, I want to do something with my life.
Mhm.
And the moment you're active doing something, it helps with your well-being, not just the whole well-being, because you are doing something, you
Yeah.
are moving. And when you decide to do something, I tell you, life just happened in you. All the organs, the tissue, everything. Oh, come on, let's work. And it helps the brain to bring whatever you have on paper, whatever you had put in the suitcase or in your portmanteau.
Yes.
You've forgotten. It comes alive again, and you pick up and you want to do things.
It comes alive again, and you pick it up and you want to
Yes.
do it. And that is
Yeah.
how the shop conversation
Yeah.
was actually birthed. So if you're watching this or you're listening to this, why don't you press the subscribe button? Because we are here to tell stories that will help you heal, ignite your spirit, and make you want to pursue your purpose on this earth. And as someone who has met people from all walks of life globally, I can make mention of countless celebrities that you have actually met from America to Africa to Europe. What have you learned about the mindset or habits that help people or individuals bounce back from life's toughest moments?
Be you. Because one thing that I have learned from all these people is they made a decision. If you don't decide to start, you will never start. That one, in our language, somebody would say, you cannot take medicine. You're in a pharmaceutical business. You
Yes.
cannot take medicine for someone.
Yes.
You can diagnose, you can do this, you can talk, But if I don't make the decision to take the tablets,
No one can take
I'm
it from you.
dying.
Yes.
So one of the things I learned from all these people, the one thing is the decision making.
Mm-hmm.
You decide today that, okay, procrastination, gone. I am going to do something with my life. I decide I want to lose weight. The eating, I have to know how to apportion my food.
Yeah.
I decide I'm going to do the exercise.
Mm-hmm.
You can be my personal trainer, but if I don't decide, nothing is going to happen.
Change.
So
Yeah.
all these people, for them to live their dream, for them to break barriers, for them to do those great things, one thing is decision. Then the other keys follow. But decision is the number one.
Decision is the number one. I hope you have actually made that note down, because we are all learning over here at the Shop Conversation. I know the ears of my audience are itching to find out which kind of people globally have you met. I know you've seen a whole lot of people. I can count on my fingers, from the likes of the Afrobeat stars like Sarkodie, to Davido, to Fuso DG, to Wizkid, all of them on BET red carpet that you've actually had the opportunity to have that conversation with them. Who is that one person that is world acclaimed superstar that you have met and you're like, I've learned a lot from this person. He's not the kind of person that people, whatever they say about on the media, he's not the same person that I met. What has changed? Who is that person to you that has actually had that
What
great
do you mean
impact?
by the media? Come again,
like the media, you know how the media, the perspective about someone, their real life that you see behind the camera, sometimes it's not what we get to see if we've not met them or encountered. But behind the camera or behind the scenes, you've seen a different output of them that is not seen in the screen of how people perceive them, whether good or bad. Who is that person that you've met?
I met Kwame. He's a genius.
That is a perfect answer. I was never really expecting, because a lot of names were coming. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
Everybody is a superstar in their own right.
Yes.
Everybody. And one of the things is with all these people is that, well, they work hard.
Yes.
They had a dream.
Yes.
They made a decision to pursue it. And they had their ups and downs. And I see the same in you.
Yeah.
You had a dream. I met you, very young man who was really, really wanted to make it. You organized that. I remember that was it a seminar when you were in university?
Yes.
We came. You wanted to do your talk.
Yes.
Your spoken word.
Yes.
You did it.
Yes.
You wanted when you were going to uni and you were writing your exams. I midnight. You were burning the candles.
Yes.
You passed well. Now you are pharmacies. And so who is the superstar here? You understand? So if we will see how important everybody is, not that because we see them and then you're like, oh, okay. Yes, of course, I get starstruck when I see these people. It's amazing that, oh, yes, you've made your favorite person on TV or in music or, but then you realize that they're the same human being as you and I. The only difference is maybe we are not working hard. Maybe we haven't got the team. Maybe we haven't gotten there yet.
Or maybe we have not caught the media's attention.
Or maybe you haven't caught the media's attention. But everybody, as I grow, I see that everybody has their destiny. And if we will all, but of course, as you grow, you will see that now certain things are not, there were people I so wanted to interview. And then I'm like, you understand? But when you're starting, it's like, yes. But the most important thing is you as a human being. Because we see the celebrities and then we see the other, but most people that I've met are nice. They're humans. Yes. They make time for you. They stop for you. Yeah. They would, if they have the time, they will honor the interviews. Sometimes you have like 10 media outlets and everybody wants to interview. Some of them it's not even them. It's the team. Yes. It's the management. It's the managers who are even more, but when it comes down to the talent themselves, some of them are very down to earth. They are very chill. Yeah. So when I remember when I met Davido at BET International, way back then, and the Tiwa Savage and all that, they were so nice. I'm like, okay, they're humans like me. Yeah. But until you get in front of them, you would think, but they chill. They chill.
Thank you very much. I think I've got my Christmas present already because my mentor recognized me as a superstar. And I believe you, the one watching it or listening, is also feeling like a superstar.
Yes, you
and as
you
said, by meeting all these people on these global stages, one thing that she has learned is they pursuing what they wanted to and they caught the media's attention. You might not have actually caught the media's attention, but that does not give you the room to give up because you never know when. Because one decision that you make and the consistency that you put in can make a massive difference within a space of just 1 year. So I will encourage you, continue pursuing. And one day, you too can also be proud of yourself and say that I never gave up. Mm-hmm. So Nana, moving on from what we've discussed about your work, being an author, being a global interviewer, if I can put it that way, and a speaker as well. One thing that with me, that all the time, whenever we're having our personal conversation, is faith. Mm. You have always make sure that faith does not actually become the last bit of our conversation, but is the integral part from the beginning, in the middle, and to the end. Faith and purpose are central to your message that you always say, be it in conversations or even on bigger platforms. How have they shaped your own emotional resilience and mental well-being?
Faith is everything. For me, God is everything. Mm-hmm. And I know that from where I was coming from, without God, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. Yes. Without reading the word, I wouldn't be where I am today. Because when you buy, the word is my manual. When you buy the phones, all the gadgets, it comes with a manual, right? And when you follow the instructions of the manual, you build a perfect gadget. Yeah. And, sometimes the men, the boys, you're like, oh, I can do it. And then you just read the first sentence and then you try to fix. Yes. And then what happens? Then you have to come back. It's the same. We have a creator. I have a creator. I know some people might believe or might not believe, but this is my belief that I have a creator and the creator has given me a manual and it says follow. Yeah, sometimes I don't follow. I think I can do my own thing. And then, but as I grew and using the manual, it has helped me in wisdom because where am I going to get the wisdom? Worldly wisdom doesn't take you, godly wisdom. And that has shaped me to be the woman that I am, the wife that I am, the mother that I am, the talk show person, because it comes from within. It's the manual, it's my food. If you take good nutrition, what happens?
Helps to build us.
you become a healthy person. So for me, it is my core foundation in everything that I do, and that is simply it.
Fantastic. And for those listening who might be struggling to find meaning in their pain, that wisdom or practice has kept you grounded in hope, what message would you share with them?
What message? First of all, know who you are. Know your worth. I know we've all had pain. We've all gone through stuff. Some are able to come out in a good time. Some are able, some are still struggling. Be, if you're prayerful or you meditate or, be you. Know that you are worth it. Know that you're a special human being. It's so important that, first of all, you know your worth. Look at yourself in the mirror. If you almost everyone has a mirror in there. Look at yourself, first of all, and say, 2025, I'm still here. I've celebrated another Christmas. I'm still here. It means there is hope for my life. And then find that person, find a group. Now we are so thankful to have all these channels that we can call, we can email, we can find that person that you can confide in. Some of us, we are not healed, or we are healing, but then we are hanging out with people who are also healing, people who also know well. What good are they going to make us? But if you're able to find a group, find that person that would empower you, that person that will help you, that person that will say, come in, Nana, come on, get up, we can do this. I mean, sometimes you will call me, we have conversations that empower each other, motivate. By the time we feel that we can go and see the king and do stuff. So you find that person or that group, and then, cut yourself from all these noise. Some of us, if you are coming out of something, maybe it says if you have to take time off social media, you take time off social media because you were scrolling and seeing that person that has hurt you, and you're still going back to watch their profile. It doesn't help you. So if you have to delete some people off your phone, if you have to cut some people off, if you have to let go of, for me, there's some people that I think they're not helping me, that I won't even bother to look at whatever you're doing. Because what good is it going to make me? It's going to inflict my pain. So you have to make decision again that this is what I'm going to do with my life. This is where I want to be in the new year. This is what I want to be in the new day. And tell yourself, and I say, when you make that decision, something begins to happen. When you make that decision, I'm going to sit up and do something with my life. That alone kicks in something. And then when you pray, you're somebody who knows how to pray, you pray. Or if you have to find that person who will pray with me, you do that. But you have to cut yourself off. Make that decision again to cut yourself off those people who are not benefiting you, people who are not adding value to your life.
Whew. I hope you're listening and you watching is taking a lot of gems, because it's not every day that I'm going to get another church. So once I get her into the studio, I have to make sure that everything that's going to benefit myself and you, I have to make sure that we make that time to be able to have that conversation. As Nana made mention of, decluttering is very, very important, and it's all based on the decisions that we make, because we are the masters of our life. Yes, God controls us, but we actually make the ultimate decision. Should I get this person still in my life, or should I make, let go of that person? It all is down in our hands for us to actually make that decision, because sometimes we can't foresee what the next step is going to be. But by being bold, praying to God and making that decision, God is not going to let you go, and God is not going to let someone who is contributing something great in your life for you to lose that person. He's always going to make sure that the people in your life are those who are going to help you build your purpose in life, and also be able to support them and help them build as well.
And also find yourself a mentor. Find yourself somebody who you think, when adding value to your life, want to see you grow. Because some of us had people that we thought were happy for us to grow, but then we found out that they're not happy for us
They are
to
competitors.
grow. You understand?
Yeah.
So you pray, you ask for discernment, and then you find those people who will be happy to see you grow. Like I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you. You know?
Because making mention of mentorship, I have had a conversation because every time I make mention to other people that I've got a mentor, they get surprised because always someone told me that find the expert in that particular field for them to guide you and coach you. So with me, in different aspects in life, I've got a mentor. You're my mentor for my speaking and in life in general. I've got a mentor for pharmacy. I've got 2 people who actually mentor me. Any decision I want to make in pharmacy, I go to them. I've got a mentor in podcasting. I need to ask questions. I go to that person. I've got a mentor in my spiritual life. Speak to them. Let them be part of the decision making. They'll be helping me, praying for me, and making me start to think about the different aspects of every decision that I actually end up making. You'll be my mentor. What advice would you give to anyone listening or watching that they should look out in a mentor and the benefits of having or mentoring someone?
Well, it's something that first of all you have to pray about, because we live in a generation that we have all these influencers popping from north, south, east, and west. You don't. Everybody's an influencer now.
Yep.
So you have to be prayerful and discern this person that I'm going to go to ask, for he or she to help me or mentor me. Is it somebody that I would love to be in their shoes, like if I were that person? Because sometimes it's not the crowd. Some people seek because this person has all these following. So I want, it's the character. You look out for the character. You look at what they're posting on social media. Well, if you don't know them personally, you're going to DM them. See how this person behaves in public. It's so important, because even if it's a something that they're just showing one or two, you will see one or two traits.
Yeah.
So it's so important that you look out for that. If you are able to meet them, see how they are year in and year out, you will see something, definitely something. And then also, would that person be happy for my growth? Some people, as I said, I had mentors that was so, but when I started growing, they became interesting and left my life. And I'm like, oh, what did I do wrong? So is that, because that is where you see if this person is true. When you're a baby and you're nowhere and,
they're happy
they're happy
to.
But the moment that they see that, the wisdom you're putting on the table, or what you're bringing and all that, see how that person is. If they're happy for you, see if a true mentor will pinpoint you, talk to that person. You wouldn't hijack the person. If your mentor has hijacked you and they are being the Lord over your life, they want to know everything about your life, then that is a red flag. Why do you want to know everything about my life? You also have to know what is happening in their life.
It's true.
You understand? They were mentors who say they're married, and then now they're divorced and I'm still married. I'm like, what did I do? So it's important that you look at if somebody is being so intrusive in your life, so manipulating, wants to know where you are going, what you're doing, what is this, you have to be your own person. You don't have to let that person lord over you, lord over your family, lord over everything that you're doing. That is why you were given brains. So that's why I said wisdom. So I have wisdom to say, do I have to tell this mentor everything? Your mentor is supposed to guide you, but not to lord and abuse you, not to make you like you were nobody. And it's happening. So before you say, Kwame be my mentor, Nana be my mentor, have conversations, talk to that person and see how they You can have a mentor
Okay.
for a year and see if they're not directing, if they're not saying, I know you can do it. Oh, let's write this thing together. Let's do this thing. Last Tuesday, I think before the end of last month, I met a lady who said she had a mentor. We're talking about mentorship. And said, and my mentor, anytime I go to him, he's giving me the wrong direction. And then when I decided to do my own thing, he's angry with me. So it is so important that, first of all, you pray, you seek wisdom, and then look at the person, have conversation, listen to how they talk, and know that sometimes you might not see there and then, but as time progresses, you will know whether
manifesting.
They are good for you or not.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Nana, for actually sharing with us what we need to look out for in mentorship. And with me being a mentee, I can actually share 100% the growth that I have actually experienced, because one thing that I'm happy about is we connected at the right time, because I was doing a lot of stuff, and I believe God actually said within your spirit that get this young person, because before even we met in person, I've been following and I've been doing all of this kind of stuff. But one thing that struck me was you invited into your house on a Christmas.
Yes.
Christmas like today. You invited us on a Christmas. You invited myself. We came to eat your food. You made a Facebook Live, and you kept on checking on me to make sure that I am doing the rightful stuff. And I've learned a lot. One of the things that I really, really appreciate was when I had the opportunity of being interviewed by BBC South West England. And everybody was giving me tons of applause underneath. You came to drop, but the next moment we were on a phone call. You called me and you're like, you did well. You were very vocal. You were able to express yourself, but start to limit your fillers. For those who are listening or watching and do not know what fillers are, is the you're trying to actually use those to remind yourself. But you told me that those are very very, very distracting. And I took that kind of humble pie and I reflected, and you started to see the difference in me. And I have to start going to do my homework. What can I do to make sure that I am doing the rightful stuff in speaking? Because I made mention that you've been interviewing global stars who give you the ear for you to interview. So I knew that there was something that you are saying that you have got the experience. You don't want me to do the stuff that you didn't get opportunity to be mentored. So that's something that I'm grateful for. And I remember as well the prayers, because you pray for me. I'm basically you pray for me when I'm going through life stuff, and I share with you. One of the things you remind me of is my purpose. There are certain decisions that I wanted to make, which we will come down to when we start going into your book, that you just came to me and you inspired me. You made me start to think this wild dream. And I was thinking, wait a minute, I don't even have the finances to do it. But you inspired, says, no, do it. You're going to see the benefit. It's like, okay, let me start. But you poured that fire in me. And during the COVID, I made a decision, which I've not shared it on camera, and we will share it later on. And lo and behold, it actually happened. I was about to make a decision, and you told me, no, don't go there. It was around the issue about stardom and all of those. And it says, who is that superstar that you cannot be? Then it made me realize that it's true. Am I going to take that decision because of this person's stardom? Or am I going to believe in myself and take that? And that's something I'm grateful for. And lastly, one thing that you always keep on reminding me is trying to always want to be in every space. You told me that I will let you go and experience it, but when you come back, let me know what you think. And it was one opportunity that a lot of people will be dying for to actually to go. But you're like, no, I'm not going. I was like, wait, why is she not going? It's like, Kwame, I want you to go and experience it. And when you come back, you can make a decision. When I came back, lo and behold, I actually understood where you were coming from to make sure that I'm reserved. Because we live in a world, as you said, social media has derailed majority of people. They follow the numbers. Oh, this person has got 10K. We automatically equate numbers with with wisdom,
Mm.
with God's calling. But we don't get to realize that there are so many people who are very, very inspirational, doing a lot of great stuff, but social media does not showcase that because they are not chasing numbers, they are chasing impact. And that's something that I'm grateful that you made me realize at the early stages, that just focus on your impact. And I'm so happy, like a Christmas like today, that we are actually sharing this, because I believe it's high time people tend to actually see this kind of stuff. You often speak about dreaming bigger, which you've got your book. Can I have and show it to my audience? Thank you very much. So this is the second book that Nana had actually written, and I was grateful to be there doing the launch of it. And if you want a copy, where can they get it?
Everything is on Amazon.
On Amazon. Everybody can actually see this. It's actually on Amazon. So why don't you put this as part of your reading list for January 2026? So you often talk about dreaming big, and definitely you've actually written a book about it. In a world filled with uncertainty, what does dreaming bigger mean for mental health and self-belief?
Thank you, Kwame. So this is the second book, and the first book. Also, you were there.
I was there.
You were there. Kwame is
the birth of both of them.
So
I was actually there.
On his wedding day, I'll be there as well.
You heard it first.
So, in every day, as I said, every day when you wake up, it shows that you're winning. It's a day to bring that purpose. Each and every one of us have a purpose. Each and every one of us have to do something, if not on a global stand, in your family, in your community, your immediate family. If you're a son, it could be for your mother and your father and your siblings. If you're a parent, it could be for the children. What do you want to do? What have you envisioned to do for the family? What have you envisioned to do for the community? What have you envisioned to do for the world? That's why I say, I pray that God make me a change every day. So you might come into contact with one person, and my dreaming big might be just to inspire that one particular person. As I inspired our superstar here, and he's doing all these amazing things. So it starts from saying that I want to be a change. I want to be a light. I want to be that person who spreads love. I want to be that person who spreads positivity. That starts, and the brain starts to take. And then whatever it's in you, each and every one of us has that greatness, has that well in us that needs to come out. But sometimes we're not given the opportunity. And so when you start thinking about your dream, and everybody who has been an inventor or all these people who've done great things, it started from a little idea.
Okay.
And when you take that step, you see that ideas will come. When I started my show, and the day I said I'm going to make it happen, the guy who had the camera just came. We were going to buy food, and he came. And then when that spark came, then the idea of calling this person came. You will see that they will say the universe starts to work. Something begin. That's why it's very aligned.
Yeah.
You see, he's a graduate. So something begins. Things begin to align. So when you think positively of the bigger dreams that you want, it begins to align. If you talk about negativity, I can't. The moment you say I can't, the alignment will come for you to go down.
Yes.
But when you think I can, I want to make it. I want this dream to come alive. You start opportunities. People calling you, people you've forgotten about, things begin to happen.
Yeah.
And then you make that decision again to take that step. So it's those little steps. The bigger dreams start from your number one step of say, I would do it. And then it happens.
And you actually lay it out clearly in the power of your words.
Yeah.
So if you're buying it, please, I would encourage you.
It's like a twin, isn't it?
Yeah, I will encourage you to buy both of them. You cannot buy the power of your words without buying the bigger dream. So please make sure that you do so, because there's a page on in the power of your words which really actually inspires me. I've forgotten the page number, but it's about I am.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you can read that to us, because I believe someone would be able to resonate and they can draw some inspiration from there.
So
on a
it
Christmas
says
day.
the power in saying I am.
Yes.
I am is God's name, as he says to Moses. But, as God's children, if you're a believer, we are the image of God.
Yes.
And so when you say, I am going to do something, it makes a convention for you. So I say, I am who God says I am. Not what the world says you are.
Yeah.
You're going to let me start preaching.
Let's go.
You are that beautiful, that powerful, that great person that, all these seamen that before you were conceived, millions.
Yes.
But you.
We're
And
chosen.
throughout 2025, I bet things have happened in your life that you should be gone.
Yes.
Your mental health was touched, your mental being, and you weren't well. But you have lived to celebrate another Christmas. It shows that you're a winner. So you have to tell yourself, I am a winner. I am adventurous. I am affluent. I am active. The moment you say you're active, some powers that will come in you. I am amazing.
Mhm.
See my suit? I am amazing. Yeah. I am unstoppable. So when you get the book, you will see I am peaceful. I am joy. All these things that you say, you become. There's a saying that you become what you say you are.
Yes.
So why don't you start saying those positive words and saying, I am great. I am beautiful. I am handsome. I am rich. And your bank account is saying 000. And then somebody is going to call you and say, your Christmas present, I'm giving you this. And you say, oh, it's all will come into alignment when you begin to believe who you are.
Yes. Thank you very much, Nana Churcha, on actually leading us on the I am. And I will just make myself profession for 2025, 2026. I am a superstar.
Hey!
As my mentor actually said it. So moving on from there, I'm always have got this notion because the world always says that laughter is the best medicine.
Yes.
But with me, I also, to make it complete for me, I always say words are also part of the therapy because words is what was used to create this whole world based on our Christian teachings as Christians in the Bible, as it's written in Genesis. So the I am is a very powerful statement because words that come out of our mouth, it will either cause death or it will end up causing us to
leave,
do the great stuff and leave. Because the reason why I say words are part of the therapy is some people are walking but they are dead. Inside, emotionally, they are broken because negative words have slaughtered them before even they end up leaving this world. So I have got this. I'm so obsessed with positivity. All the time I tell people this. I make sure that I create an environment of positivity for myself. When I go to central London, one of the places that I always do not make sure that I don't skip, even if I'm on the train, I'll get off, is two places, Mayfair and South Kensington. What does those places actually represent? Wealth. You see the Arabs, you see all the other people coming there, shopping at Harrods, making sure that, you know what, I can also do it. I feel inspired. So even if at that point in time I can't do it, I'll go home and I will start. I will start basically from window shopping. The next moment I've bought it. Those are what I always make sure that I do for myself because it starts from visualizing it to going into the brain by making sure that I am making a plan out of it. And I'll make sure that the plan actually helps. And by God's grace, by praying, God to create that opportunity. So I don't play with positive words that are actually coming out of our mouth.
Words are you. You are what you say. So without words, you don't exist.
Yeah. Yeah, the
so
light and
it's your being, yes.
Yeah, the light and salt. So moving on, coming into our community, both the Shelf Conversation podcast and the Nana Churcha Show gives voice to stories often underrepresented on the mainstream media. Why do you think representation and cultural storytelling are essential for healing and empowerment?
It's everything because, as you said, there's so many people out there who are great, but they're not heard or seen. And I've sat down and said, it's the same people going to all these big stages, but there are people there who have wisdom. And in our language, we say, if you don't have the money, if you don't have the fame, or if you are not heard, nobody wants to know if you don't have the following. Nobody wants to know nowadays if you don't have the following, if you don't have the platform, if we don't see that you have millions of people. But there are great people there. Maybe one follower, but it's brilliant, intelligent, wise. You understand? So if I'm able to spotlight these people and one person hears their story, 2 people hear their story, 3 people hear their story, somebody will pick something out of it. Then bringing all this, yes, it's good to have all these superstars, but then it's the same superstars. You sit down, is it not the same people going round and round and round?
Right.
Meanwhile, there's so many out there.
Talent out there, yeah.
So for me in particular, I've seen that, look, even if it's a 10-year-old has something to share. If it's a 50-year-old, have something to share. And that alone helps somebody out there. For me, I am about igniting the lives of others. And with that, somebody can do great and mighty things that you and I would expect they can do.
Thank you very much, Nana, for actually playing that role, because I believe through you, there's been a lot of spotlights on a lot of people like myself, because from the work that I'm doing and you always setting the platform for me on Nana Church show, being a guest appearance of, I can't even remember how many times I've actually appeared on a Nana Church show. It's basically gave birth to everything that I'm doing right now. Helped me to speak, to see production staff, and I can never, ever actually take that out of my story. As a global voice of African heritage, how do you see culture influencing the way we express or suppress our emotions? And how can we change that narrative?
That's a good one.
Yes.
How are we going to change it, Kwame? And our culture is our culture.
Yeah.
There are certain things you cannot change. I think before I came here, I made a new friend.
Yes.
And we were talking about, back in the day while there were certain things that as parents, we wouldn't like our children. When I was growing up, I wanted to be an actress and said, no. Being an actress is, for such people, set people. But I have been able to encourage and inspire and empower my daughter who said, I want to be an actress. And I said, go for it. So all my children, we sat there and said, this is what you want to do. Culturally, we would have said, no, go be a doctor, a lawyer, this or that. But we said, do what you love to do and we will support you. And now she's a brilliant superstar. But back in the day, culturally, it's on head off. So there are some that we cannot change. It's the culture. And those that we can make an impact, I would say, because you can't go back home and say, you can't do this.
Yeah.
No, but with what we're doing now, with modernization and all that, and even that, sometimes you say, okay, we should have stayed in our culture because it's too much now.
Yeah.
But with what we are doing now, we are able to influence certain decision makings. That is what I can say. We're able to say, you know what, instead of the kids who say, African mom, you're doing this, you're doing that. But we can then add our wisdom. That's why wisdom come in. Yeah. We add our wisdom and say, instead of going this way, you can do it that way. And through that, we are able to impact lives than forcing certain things. Because, but when you apply wisdom, you are able to make some changes, if that makes sense.
That makes sense. Thank you very much. So if you're watching or you're listening to this is still the Shelf Conversation podcast. And today, my guest, the lovely Nana Churcher, who is over here with us, giving us this special Christmas edition of the Shelf Conversation podcast. Yes. I know there's going to be a lot of shows. There's going to be a lot of family catch-ups. But one thing that I decided was, who or what word are you going to consume? Because I know today it's all about food, but spiritually, mentally, emotionally, what food are we consuming? Are we just going to be making the jolly of celebrating the birth of the founder of the Christian religion? Or are we just going to also take a break and in the midst of all the celebration, we'll put on this particular podcast for all our family to benefit? Because this is a family-friendly podcast. There's no swearing. There is no words that is beyond what your child cannot listen to. So to me, I always say this, that my podcast is, when it comes to age, is unclassified. It's meant for every single person. And it's all about discussing our culture. And I believe there might be one or two stuff as a parent, as a young person, as a cousin, as a sibling, you can learn from it for us to all make a better 2026 and even beyond that. So drawing the curtains down, there's been a lot that you've actually done. Legacy. I don't know if we will be able to take Nana Church out if we are talking about the impact of Africans in the UK within the Africans in the diaspora and beyond. And even you transcend into the American culture as well, because you spend most of your time of your production and also your work over there in America. If you could leave our listeners or our audience with one reflection on living with purpose and maintaining emotional well-being, what would it be?
Be you. Be you. Because as one grows, I have realized that, I think it was before the holidays, I posted that I said time, and because I think I was on the train and it just came, so I posted it. Time and seasons are in God's hands. Don't let someone's social media post make you rush in your growth, because all that glitters is not gold. I so remember that. I posted it. Because you know what? This generation of social media, which is, we have the good side of social media, yes, and we have the unbelievable side of social media, that we are chasing after people. We want to be people who we don't even know. People are given decisions and we don't know behind the scenes. I am somebody of behind the scenes, what God sees behind the scenes. Kwame and I are here and you're watching, but you don't know the behind the scenes. You don't see by the way, they have a lot of candies here. Behind the scenes. So then you want to be like Nana, you want to be like Kwame. Yes, they're good examples there. You want them to be your mentors. You want to do this. But what about you? Who are you? Be you. Look at yourself in the mirror. I always say this, and see who is that person that you want to be. Now, not what everybody, be that person that God wants you to be. And if you be that person that God wants you to be, then you become great. But if I am mentoring you, but you don't know who you want to be, you haven't made that decision. And that is why a lot of people are having all these mental breakdowns, unstable mental. But if you want that mental well-being and you want to enjoy your purpose on this planet, be you. And if you don't know who you want to be, go on your knees and pray. That's when you pray, the good Lord will bring the right people your way to direct you. That's why we have our teachers and all that. But because some people, you make that decision and you go to a mentor and say, you can't do it, but you can do it. Yes. We know of the President Obama, when his own pastor said, you can't be. But he said, I can. And he became. So if you be you, do you, and you sit down and say, this is what I want to do, write it down, get the images, and then find the right people, not the ones who haven't been and they're telling you can't be. Those people who will believe in you and lift you up. I tell you, you are going to be an awesome, awesome person. Be humble. Because, fame won't take you. It doesn't, 1 minute, and then when you're going down, nobody wants to know. And that can affect you as well. But when you are you, whether fame or no fame, you are that happy person. When you are you, whether money or no money, you are that person because you know who you're going to be. And that will lift you up, then that will carry you in your good days and on your unbelievable days, because you know that I am this person. I am that unstoppable person. Whether the weather is gray or the weather is raining or is sunny, I am that person. And when you learn to put that at the back of your head, at the front of your head, the side of your head, and you make that your core foundation and value and affirmation, my dear, you're going to be great. So be you.
And indeed, you're going to be great. I think I would suggest your third book should be titled Be You.
I think in Bigger Dreams, it says be the authentic you. So be you and do you. Fantastic. You'll be the happiest, I tell you. You'll always be laughing. Like, what's wrong with you? I said, I am me.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And that was the incredible Nana Churcher. This is where time will lead us. But reminding us that storytelling isn't just about sharing words, it's about sharing healing. If this conversation touched you, share it with someone who needs a reminder that hope is still possible. Nana, please permit me to use your signing out signature. You belong at the top.
Oh, yes.
So if any of the audience would like to get in touch, follow you on your various pages on social media, how would they reach you?
You just Google Nana Churcher. I will pop up.
Yes, fantastic.
Yes, I'm on LinkedIn as Nana Churcher. I'm on Facebook, Nana Churcher. Instagram, Twitter is all Nana Churcher. You know, just simple Nana Churcher, and you get me.
Fantastic. And what Christmas word would you leave aside what we've shared? Because I think the words are enough, but the icing on the cake.
The icing on the cake is experience God's peace. Because the celebration is about the Son of God, it's about the love of God. So maybe love people. I know there's so much, but it's a season of love, but it doesn't stop just after the celebrations. Be a loving person, be a kind person, and then enjoy the peace of God.
Fantastic. There couldn't be any guest to ignite your Christmas today. So on that note, follow us on our socials, on our Instagram and TikTok at The Shop Conversation Podcast. And remember, every story has the power to transform how we think and feel about mental health. One story, one conversation at a time. Have a wonderful Christmas and a happy New Year. Thank you.
Peace out.